Hello, this is Judy Donnelly, your host for artistwriterteller.com podcast. And today we have Karen Jones. And now Karen, I met her a few years ago when she started going to Borderview Christian Church. And she was participating in a charity in Elizabethton, the Carter Compassion Center. And then she is a missionary to Russia. And I was so fascinated about her stories of her mission trips that she has going to Russia. So would you please tell us about this particular mission that you have with Russia?
Okay. In 2002, I founded LifeLine Missions International in Ohio. And then 5.5 years ago, we moved to Tennessee. So I registered in Tennessee. We've been doing mission trips to Russia now for 23 years. And in October of last year, I completed my 72nd trip with team members to go and minister to children in orphanages. And also we have a partner there, Help for Children, and they monitor and help moms who have graduated from orphanages and now have their own children and want to keep them out of the system. We also have another partner. Her name is Lucia, and her ministry is Lucia's Heart, and she works at a hospital for children with cancer. And so we go there when we're in the city, and mostly around St. Petersburg is where we minister. And we go there and we entertain the children and have crafts and things for them to do so that they don't get too bored.
Yeah. Well, I know that as what you have shared with us, but last September, you had at the church, we had a program where all the people that had been gifted with all these creative gifts, including sewing and art and pottery, to what, not only the voice, the singing and things like that. And when you came in, and there was a whole line of these beautiful outfits, and that you handcrafted these, you sewed these, you designed them, and you...
Well, I use a pattern, but I do different things with the pattern, and I made this one because I thought that print on there would work for a boy or a girl. So I didn't get too fancy with trim or anything because I thought it would work for both boys and girls.
I mean, these are so beautiful. I'm just going to show
these are great. I make them in long pants for the winter, and they can wear a turtleneck under them. And I line them with flannel so they're nice and warm in the winter time. And this has got, I love the little buttons. Somebody gave me those little buttons, and they're a lion and a lioness.
Well, I think these are really adorable. For little babies, or t-shirts, shirts.
Yep.
And little boys, there's 2 of them. You just recently sewed these, right?
This week, after you asked me to come, and you said, bring some of the clothes, and I said, I don't have any left.
These are so adorable. So I really love all of the little outfits that you have, little.
Since for a little baby, we have a little boy.
And this is the last one that you brought with me.
This is another thing I make, and I use some corduroy sometimes in the winter time because they can wear a turtleneck with it, and it's nice and warm.
Now, why do you do the clothing for the children?
Why?
Yes.
Well, it's something I love to do. When I lived in Ohio, I had my own sewing business, and I did formal wear, bridal gowns, those types of things. And the children over there very seldom get anything new. So if I'm working in with the mom's program, those children very seldom get anything new. They can't afford it. And even in the orphanages. So I make what I can make. I have a lot of stuff donated to me right now. I am overloaded with thread and buttons and zippers and fabric.
I love it. So would you share that picture with us?
Sure.
You can look it up here if you want. And
This is a group of the children and their moms that we have worked with over the years. I know the picture's a little bit overexposed, but there's a bunch of them.
Well, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and when are you planning on going to Russia again?
I leave on the 25th of June this year, and I will be there for a month. And then probably, I'm thinking about probably January or February, I'll go back.
So you go about twice a year?
Well, I used to go 4 times a year, but it's gotten a little much, and it's really expensive for plane tickets now.
Oh, is it?
It's twice what I used to spend on plane tickets.
And who are your target audiences there? I mean, who do you target to help? Just the orphanages, or?
We have a lot of poor families that Lucia is involved with, and we visit with them as well and try to provide some things for them. We've been asked by orphanages if we could help with medicine, because with the war going on, the orphanages' funding has been cut back, and they can't afford the medications they need in the wintertime for colds and flus and things like that. So we provide that when we can. We've just been asked to come and visit and spend time at the orphanages with the children because they don't get to see much of that. I love taking teams with me, and we do a lot of that whenever it's available. I have a board member from Texas, and he goes with me quite often. And most of these children don't have male figures in their life. Caregivers at the orphanages are mainly women. So when Steve goes with me, it's a great opportunity for these kids to interact with a man.
So would you please tell us how they can find out what they can do to either donate or to participate in?
We have a website, LifelineMissions.org, and there are donate buttons on there. My address is also on there if you prefer to write a check. I'm always looking for funding to help certain children over there. We just had a mom who had a major surgery, and they found a very large tumor on her kidney, and they took her kidney and her and the tumor, and we won't know for a few days yet whether it's cancer or not. But once we find out, and if it is cancer, we will need some funding for her medication. And because they have state-run health care there, but it doesn't cover medications.
I'll tell you the reason that I was thinking about you and your sewing ability. I was thinking of in the Bible about Dorcas and Tabitha. She's referred to as, she's the same person, but she's sometimes referred to by a different name. Mm-hmm. So, and that's why I had a dream about it, and that's why I invited you to participate today.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Last year when we were in Russia in the summertime, we did a teaching on kindness and took you Bible verses that refer to kindness, tenderheartedness, those types of things, and worked with the children on that. This summer, I'm going to present the Beatitudes. Technically, we cannot share the gospel in Russia. However, you can share in your own home. And a few years ago, we built a summer house outside of St. Petersburg. So we have the right to share there. And so we bring the families in and share the love of God with those children.
I think it's awesome. Now, I said earlier that you were on the board for the Carter Compassion Center, so we'll just do a real brief on that. So where can people find out about the Carter Compassion Center?
Well, they also have a website, cartercompassion.org, and we have an office at 500 Highway 19E, and there they can fill out applications for assistance, and we will work with you on budgeting. We'll work with you on flood relief. We are facilitating for the Lutheran Relief Fund, and we take applications for them and screen the applicants, and then the Lutheran folks provide funding for rebuilding and so forth.
These are non-denominational churches that you affiliate with.
Yes, yes.
So that we don't want to say only this.
No. We have several churches in the area who donate monthly to Carter Compassion Center, and then in turn, when they get folks who come to them with needs, they refer them to us, and then they're vetted, and we assist them with maybe emergency needs and things like that. We had a family last year. It was kind of an elderly family, and he had had a heart attack and wasn't able to work, and they couldn't pay their taxes. They were $148 for a year, and they didn't have the money to pay them. So we assisted with that. We do things like that. We're not going to pay a utility bill every month, but we will help you find a good job. We will help you budget your money so that you can afford to pay your utilities and so forth.
I think it's an awesome thing. So you not only do mission work in Russia, you also do it in the home,
Yes.
your home base. There's not everybody that are able to go out of the country to
Exactly.
Do mission work, but we have needs here in America.
We do.
And
We have a lot of needs right here in this northeast corner of Tennessee.
yes, and that's one of the reasons the two organizations that I support are the Carter Compassion, your mission. I support a few other missions, but I think we can all do our little part. We don't have to do a lot if we don't have the time. Or
Exactly.
they have opportunities for volunteerism.
Yes.
At the Carter Compassion Center, you can go on Highway 19. It's near the train.
Yes,
the
it's
static train.
where the Chamber of Commerce used to be.
That's correct. And so it's easy to find. It's just around the corner from Food City.
It's the Christmas building.
Yes.
It's red and green.
It is. It is a Christmas building. It's easy to find. And just look on their website, again, the Carter CompassionCenter.org and Life Ministry.
LifeLine Missions.
LifelineMissions.org. So please support both of these missions, and thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I always love to share about my kids in Russia.
Thank you.